I have like stuff in the tuck that can go up on. Like I think what I'd rather do now, instead of going like 7 days a week of videos, I think my next goal would be to upload more than once a day. And the only way I can do this if I got videos in the tuck. But let's get right into it, man. Thank you guys for, coming through once again, bro. This is the Why I'm Geek show, and we're back at it again, episode 5, man. 5 is my favorite number, so I know this is going to be a good episode. Let me know what you guys' favorite number is in the comment section or in the chat, whichever one, like I said, mine is 5, and today we got it's kind of like a sleeper list, because usually I write things down during the week that I know I would want to talk about on the pod. And this week I wrote down some stuff, but not a lot, because I was really I was on it this week. Like, I got a lot of my videos up, within like the time frame that I like to get them up. Like, it's only like one video this week that got up pretty late, and that's just because it was a longer video, and we do that video the day of a lot of times. So that's just part of the game at that point, but I feel like it was worth spending that time to actually do it, and make sure everything's right. Because if you don't do the video right, what I'm saying, like, then why are you making a video? You just waste of time at that point. If you're gonna do it, you gotta do it right. But so, like, I have stuff in on my list from earlier, but then like I had a mini, not break, but just like I didn't write anything down. So like before I started the pod, I kind of just thought about the weekend, some of the things that I want to talk about, and just like went through my planner and stuff I got planned, and it reminded me of a whole bunch of stuff. So now we got a full list, so we're good for today. But the first thing that we're going to talk about today is sports. So sports world, it's kind of going crazy right now. Not because, anything bad is happening, but we're kind of getting back to normalcy as far as, people attending games, and like people are playing their seasons out. What I'm saying? They're getting I wouldn't say a better handle, just because like I don't know all the logistics that go behind setting up all these games and stuff, but like sports is back now, and one of those things that sparked this week was talk about the All-Star game. So a couple people are not playing. KD's not playing, AD is not playing. So one of the things I have down here is like the LeBron tweet about Devin Booker and Damian Lillard being the most slept on. And that's just because at first, Devin Booker didn't get into the All-Star like original team for the reserves again. And because I think the last time or the time before, he was also an alternate because somebody was hurt. So he got to play in consolation, and it happened again this time. And people were just like, he's having an amazing season. Obviously Chris Paul made it into the All-Star game. He's Chris Paul, you know what I'm saying? So, and LeBron just put the tweet out there. It's like, other than D-Book, like, Dame is like the most slept on, which I don't think Dame is slept on anymore, honestly. I think that like there's no way you can really sleep on Dame just because of the brand that he has built, along with like his play, like he's been doing for a really long time. And I guess, from like the outside perspective of somebody that's like not, I guess, as in tune with like the league as someone like me is, like I watch pretty much everything. Like I might not watch the whole game, but I watch pretty much every game, like all the highlights and stuff every day. Like that's like usually like my mornings. I watch all the games from the next day. But like this whole like slept on thing it's kind of like it's kind of getting redundant, just because like there's not enough spots on the All-Star team for like there's a lot of good players now. Like there's not like, there's an All-Star on pretty much every single team, like All-Star caliber player. But at the end of the day, the fans are, voting for the, teams. And when, you got Devin Booker playing for the Suns, like they're lucky if they get one player in there. You know what I'm saying? Just because of like not because the Suns aren't good. It's just as far as like the market goes, like they're not gonna, they might not get as many votes. Same thing with the like Sacramento, like teams like that. Like they have to have like quote unquote like MVP level seasons to get that same exposure, even with them being in California. So I think the whole slept on thing is kind of like it's kind of getting old, where it used to be like somewhat of like a badge of honor, in a sense, because like even like last year, like they slept on Bradley Beal super heavy, and this year he's doing the same thing. And he made it to the All-Star this time because they made a big deal about it. So I just think I think that LeBron like recognizes the talent that and the things that Devin Booker has done already. Like it's just not enough spots on the team. Like that's what it comes down to, I think. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion on the whole thing. The All-Star game is gonna be in Atlanta. They saying they're shutting the city down, but we all know what Atlanta is doing right now. So they might not be able to get into Atlanta, but Atlanta's still gonna be jumping All-Star weekend. I don't know if they're allowing fans in there. I don't know. But I think the All-Star game is gonna be dope regardless. I wish KD was playing. I wish AD was playing, but they both hurt. So it's kind of crazy like that. The time that LeBron and KD are captains, like KD hurt right now. So Sabonis and Devin Book got up in there as the new external play or alternate players. But I think it's still gonna be good overall, and I just like the new rule set for the All-Star game in general. I think it's dope. But my last little NBA take has to do with Kyrie's Kobe logo. I think that's a good idea, but like because not just because like he just came up with the idea of him being a logo, but I think that NBA has needed an update, like a branding update, for a really long time. Like a lot of people don't even know like who's the logo now, and like people like because as soon as Kobe passed, people were already saying like make him the logo, make them the logo, like, but we don't even know if that's what he would have wanted. Like what I'm saying, like there's so many things that have to go right for them to not only change it, because that's just like years and years of and dollars of branding that the NBA has put into not only just that logo but just building the league. Like I think it'll get there one day, but I don't know when it would be. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when it would be. But I definitely respect Kyrie for putting it out there. A lot of people have said that they should make him the logo, or even like Jordan. But I think that it would be dope to see that. And just like the actual like graphic for the Kobe logo looks really good, like compared to the one that they got now. Like I like it a lot. And it, like I seen a graphic where it's like had a whole bunch of people's different like logo, like LeBron, Shaq's, like silhouettes that they would put into a logo. But I think Kobe's look the best. Honestly, I definitely do. And that's pretty much all I got for like sports takes. Let me know what you guys thought of that in the comment section. Just because I want to see who y'all think would be a good next logo. Do y'all think that they should change it? From a branding standpoint, like it's just like it's kind of wild, like just because of like you got historic brands, like the NBA logo is a historic brand, but everybody needs an update once in a while. You know what I'm saying? If it's going to be an update, like this would be the update. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for that. The next thing that I wanted to talk about was the new series that we launched this week. It's called Stamp or Nah. Like I explained a little bit in the actual video, but it's pretty much gonna be like a hot take series that I do on, and kind of maybe like just anything that pops up, whether it's a LeBron tweet or it's like a trailer for a movie, or just something slight that doesn't need necessarily a super long deep dive or an explanation to go behind it. Like, yes, like there will be videos like that should be explained more, but maybe not at that moment in time. Like, say for instance, like they just dropped the Pokemon trailer for the new game that's about to come out, but that joint won't drop for like till 2022. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's super far out, but it's current news just because like it's out there. So like I started that. We started off with the new Spider-Man movie that they're gonna drop this Christmas, and I think it's gonna be dope. I gave my thoughts on it, so if you guys want to see that video, definitely go check that out on YouTube. And I just like not so much wanted to talk about the video. I just wanted to talk about this series and like how I come up with my different series and my different shows, because like I try to think of the different types of content that people like, and like I like the amount of shows that we got now. Like I definitely got enough on my plate already as far as like just editing by myself and making all the videos myself, in the time frame that we like to do them. But I was trying to figure out new ways to cover more topics, without getting too far off brand, and not just brand, but like stay within my niche and stay within my lane, but give y'all different forms of content. So this like new series, which it took me a little while, not too long, maybe like a week after I decided I wanted to do something like this, to come up with an idea, and that was Stamp or Nah. Now I posed this question, or not question, but just like I brought it up to my friends, like what do y'all think of just the name in general? And I got the feedback that I was looking for, like just because like I got a good mix of like people in my circle, to where like I know some like certain people are gonna like challenge any idea that I have, and certain people are like tapped in with the culture to be like, if they understand it right away, like I know I'm in a good spot. You know what I'm saying? So like I like to pose them to different stuff. But with this, by the time I even gave them the idea or like told them about it, I had already decided I was gonna do it. And sometimes it's like that, where some things like take trial and error to like really see if they're going to do it. Like, so you got to try stuff to like see the benefit, like, because this might not be the best name just because it's so like not necessarily authentic, but if you don't know what Stamp is, like you might not understand the concept of the show. So like I can break it down real quick. So Stamp, if you're from the DMV, it just basically means like if you stamp something, like you put your stamp of approval on something, like you approve it, like you're with it, and I give this explanation in the first episode of it, and like you just like that's your like your go-to, like if like, do you think that movie was good? Like, I stamp it was good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I promise you it was good. Like, it's kind of like basically a promise. And then nah obviously means like, nah, that joint wasn't good. Like, and that's like the kind of content that I feel like I was missing on my channel. So like a short piece of content that in a pinch I could throw up, and then also like get a backlog of things so that we can actually, maybe start uploading more, you know what I'm saying, eventually. And I think that I think it's a good idea, just because, I talked about it in my last episode where, now with the podcast we have a long form of content where, it's actually like doing a lot better than what I thought originally. It's not going crazy, but, people are actually like tuning in and listening to the whole thing, like, which is kind of crazy, like talking about each topic, and even the ones that's like, not the current episode, people are going back and listening to. Like, I think that, this was a good decision, just because like this is a new aspect of where you got the super polished edited videos of, Janato Explains and the G Files, and super like, to the point. And then you got the behind the scenes and the thought process that comes with, why I'm geeked, that allows you to get, a broader sense of like my thoughts on content and just anything in general that's going on, not only in the channel but just, in life, period. And that's a cool like lens to get behind, what I'm saying, just because like, what if you could see all the different practices like that Kobe used to do, like, what I'm saying, or that you can get the sneak peek of like what the Wizards practices look like on a daily basis, or not a daily basis but like a weekly basis, and it like you could see something grow from, that's just like a cool thing like to do, and then I was just like, okay, now I got long form content, now I need short form content. And I think that, this is something I'm gonna do for TikTok, and actually try to make an actual TikTok, like just like something that's authentic to that, instead of kind of just posting whatever, what I'm saying, like post whatever we actually have going on the thing, on the actual channel. Like, I think that'll be something that's like will go good with just, that platform in general. So that's something I literally just thought about, but because I've been trying to figure out like how can I, make better TikTok content that's not just regurgitated stuff from the stream and stuff, just because like, we already do that in a lot of places, and I want to try something new. So it's like, yeah, that's pretty much of like, the breakdown of how it all came to be. And like, I'm cool with like not necessarily like taking an L, but learning from just doing this, because if it works out, then it's like it's gonna go crazy, what I'm saying. But if it doesn't necessarily do anything, I'm still tapping into a different audience. So it's like I'm betting on the long game of it more so than just like the short term, the short term production that it might do for like the topics that we cover, So I think it's good. Like, I think I like how it looks on the channel, just because those are gonna be. It's like it's so simple and simplistic, but like it just looks good. Like, it just looks good, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn like with my thumbnails and stuff, but like I like the way it's actually set up. So and it's gonna continue to grow as we do it. But I'm super excited about that. But like, that gets me into, with creating new series and trying new things, time management, bro. Time management is super key to everything that we do in life, just because like when you're trying to like produce all this content, like you can edit all you want, but just like even just putting it out there, and the thought process of like, from tweets to posts to uploads, it's into to streams, it can be a lot, bro. It could be a lot in a day. So like that's why I like to have like the weekends to just really just lock in and create, to where during the week all I gotta do is post at that point, and think of new ideas to do as we're going along. Because just like it's just it's difficult, but it's like rewarding because like I feel like I had a really good week last week. Um, all the way up until the end. I was like, man, what if I can get Friday perfect? And it will be that way eventually too, just because um, something always is going to drop on Friday. And like the last episode of WandaVision is next week, like the finale. So after that, I could start doing videos again. That's not like directly after, what I'm saying, more theory crafting videos. So like it won't, I can get back to getting on the schedule that I really like. Um, but it's just like super important to like, make time for everything, and then also have time to just like be. So like a perfect example of that is gaming. So like today, like I played the game a little bit, not a little bit, but that's mostly what I did today, just to get a better idea of what this new Outbreak thing is in Call of Duty. I did record it, but I didn't stream. And there's a difference in between those type of things. So like when I was just playing, I was just getting to play, and that's important for like the mental as well. I say like as far as like looking at like my time and the management of it, like I think I gamed the least out of like this is the least I have gamed in a really long time, just because that's not the only thing that I do now. That's not the only kind of content I create. And I spend way more time editing and creating graphics and stuff like that to progress the channel forward, thinking of new ideas and doing research and stuff like that, like than I do playing the actual game. Because like there's not like a specific game out there that I just am in love with other than Warzone. And even then, like I said before, like I haven't really even played the new season. Maybe that's just because I was level 1 again. Like I lost all my levels because the new season dropped. So there's like a little bit of a sadness to that. But it's just like, damn, I gotta do it again. So it's different, bro. It's different. And I think that goes along with how I feel about Twitch, because I feel like I'm naturally like a YouTuber. And I've said this in other podcasts before, but Twitch is a different beast, because obviously it's live, but if it's so numbers based. If you just like focus on those numbers, like you're gonna drive yourself crazy, bro, like crazy. So for me now, everything I do is in OBS. Like everything, I don't really look at like the actual Twitch app unless I'm like watching somebody. I'll go and look at like my stream summary, after the stream. But during the stream, I pretty much just stick to chat and the activity feed, and focus on the show. Because like there's not that much you can do on Twitch other than being live to quote unquote like grow your channel, because there's not like the clip system is kind of a setup with like the whole DMCA stuff, with how like Twitch culture, like nobody really, there's not really like there's a rule book for it obviously, but it's not like, there's a lot of gray areas to Twitch, and it's still super new compared to like YouTube. So like, and there's still stuff that has to be developed to make it a better platform, not only just for creators but for viewers as well, to where it's like not the last thing I want to do is stream, but that's usually the last thing I do in the day, because that's just like the time that we hang out with chat and play the game or do the pod. And it's just like it's not like the most time I can usually spend on it is like 4 hours, like streaming myself, because stuff will happen during the stream that I just like, oh, I want to edit that clip right now, like I want to put it out, like that's just like a natural thing for me. So if I can be consistent at that, I'm just trying to find the things I can be consistent with, and even that, like, I didn't stream yesterday because it took me a while to finish the WandaVision video, and by the time it was, by the time, you know, I was done, like, I didn't really feel like playing the game that night. I just didn't feel like it, so I was just like, I might as well just wait for tomorrow. Maybe I'll stream playing the game, or maybe I'll just do pie, and that's literally what I did. I just played the game a little bit earlier today, and I'm doing the pie right now. So, it's just Twitch is a different beast that I never really gave my full feelings on it, just because I'm still developing them. Like, I've been making videos for a while, and I know the direction that I want to take my YouTube channel, but in the grand scheme of things, Twitch is still a mystery that I'm figuring out day by day, but it's like it's all gonna work out, what I'm saying? It's all part of, the bigger umbrella of what we're doing here, just because, like, I just figured out recently, like, when I say I had like a breakthrough in the previous episode, like, I had not necessarily like another one, but now I have like a focus, so or something I can hold everything under, and that is going to be building a network, bro. And it's hard for me to say that now just because of this where I'm at, but I'm letting y'all know where my head is at. Like, like, I'm not just gonna be like a YouTube creator. I'm not just gonna be a Twitch streamer. Like, I'm more than just a content creator. Like, I wanna build something for other people too. Like, like, I wanna be able to create content for others and blend my vision with theirs to help them do whatever they gotta do. But first I gotta do that for myself, and basically prove my vision, or what I'm saying, basically, like, making sure what I'm doing is fact or whatever. I don't know how to explain it, but with the rebrand of growth apparel that's coming out, it made me realize that it's never just been about merch. Like, with growth, like, growth is a bigger entity than that. Like, growth is a mindset. Growth is is everything. Like, it's life. Like, we trying to grow every day to get better, and what we do here is a byproduct of that. So when you see anything that has to do with growth, like, I want it to be like something that you can really like get behind, like, and build up with other people, because it's just like, like, what's the point of doing all this if it's just gonna be for me? You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to share the knowledge that I got to help people, what I'm saying, achieve their dreams too. So yes, it's like growth, like, growth network is just me right now, but I could see it being way bigger than just me in the future. And like, cause I looked it up too. It's like cause I'm rebranding, like during the rebranding process, I was trying to figure out, like, what do I pair growth with? Like, do I want growth to be like a Nike, or do I want it to have, like, subcategories, or is it just going to be one thing? You know what I'm saying? And I figure, like, nah, like, I don't ever say just like growth apparel, like, what I'm saying, nah, it's just growth. Like, that's all I'll ever be talking about, is just growth. So when that came to be, I was like, okay, with like the dreams that I have of having a compound, having a studio one day, like, be able to work with different creatives and just create dope things. What would that fall under? You know what I'm saying? So I started looking things up. I'm like, all right, what's a network? What is like a true network? And like, other than like, the literal definition of the word, when it has to come to like TV shows, like it could be so much more than that. And I know like growth is more than an apparel brand. Growth is more than, content creation. It's a lifestyle. It's a freaking mindset. Like, because because we all want to be great. You know what I'm saying? We all want to be great. So like that's what I'm shooting for at this point. And that's where like my rebrand is going and progressing towards. So like that's pretty much like everything that I have on that. Now I can go in more on it later on, just because this is like a new premonition, because I always knew it was more than just an apparel type of brand, but I never really knew how to express it until I found that word of network. And as I hash out the details and how that really fits in the real world, I'll express that later on. And y'all see it through the content too. So like even on this show, like it's still gonna be powered by Growth Apparel. You know what I'm saying? It's still gonna be that, but the new umbrella of everything is just Growth Network. Like that's what we gonna be rocking with. So yeah, man, and even me expressing that was like a big thing, because a lot of times like you get scared of sharing your ideas because it's like, damn, what if somebody take it? But I'm gonna secure the bag. I'm definitely gonna secure the bag, and we're gonna make sure it work out. So that's all I got for today, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If y'all did, smash that like button. Follow the channel, follow the podcast on whatever platform that you're listening to, and yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section, bro. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Y'all know vibes. Always keep it on. It's with your boy G, and I'm done. Peace.